We live in a world powered by an invisible force. It is a new kind of currency. This currency is not made of paper or metal. You cannot hold it in your hand. Yet, it is everywhere around us. It flows silently through our digital lives. Every click we make, every message we send, creates more of it. This new currency is our data. It is the information we generate every single day. We create it when we use our phones, browse the internet, or talk to our smart speakers. This vast river of information has become incredibly valuable, shaping the world in ways we are only beginning to understand. This data is more than just random bits of information. It is a detailed record of our lives. It knows what we like and what we dislike. It knows where we go and who we talk to. It even knows what we might do next. Companies have learned how to collect this data. They have built massive systems to store and analyze it. These systems are hidden from our view. They operate in the background of our daily activities. We rarely notice them at work, but they are constantly watching, listening, and learning from everything we do online and offline. This collection process is relentless and mostly unseen. Imagine a world where every action you take is recorded. Every purchase you make is logged. Every conversation you have is analyzed. This is not a scene from a science fiction movie. It is the reality of our modern digital age. The data we produce is being gathered on an unprecedented scale. It is a new kind of gold rush, but the resource being mined is us. Our personal experiences, our behaviors, and our preferences are the raw materials. These materials are then refined into something that can be bought and sold, something that holds immense power and influence over our choices. This documentary will pull back the curtain on this hidden world. We will explore how our personal data became the world's most valuable commodity. We will follow the trail of our information. We will see where it goes, who controls it. This journey is important because this invisible economy affects everyone. It influences the news we read. It shapes the products we buy. It even has the power to sway our opinions and our votes. Understanding the system is the first step toward reclaiming control over our digital lives and making more informed decisions about the technology we use every day. How did we get here? How did simple information about our daily lives become so valuable? This question is at the heart of our story. Not long ago, data was just a byproduct. It was the exhaust of our digital activities. Companies collected it for basic functions, improving their services or fixing bugs. It had little economic value on its own. Most of the information was simply discarded. Nobody saw the immense potential hidden within these digital footprints. The internet was a different place, a space more focused on connection and information sharing than on commercial exploitation of personal lives. Then, something changed. A new business model emerged. Companies realized that personal data could be used for more than just technical improvements. It could be used to predict human behavior. This was a revolutionary idea. If you could predict what someone would do, you could influence them. You could show them the perfect advertisement at the perfect moment. You could personalize their online experience to keep them engaged for longer. This was the beginning of a new kind of marketplace. It was a market where the future behavior of human beings was the product being sold. This transformation was quiet but swift. It happened without a public debate. It occurred without most of us even noticing. The services we loved became free. We paid not with money, but with our data. This seemed like a fair trade at first. We got access to incredible tools, social networks, and vast libraries of information. In return, we agreed to let companies use our data. The terms of service agreements were long and confusing. Few people read them. We clicked "I agree" and moved on, unaware of the vast surveillance architecture we were opting into. This documentary asks a fundamental question. How did our data become the foundation of a new economic order? We will investigate the companies that pioneered this model. We will examine the technologies they built to extract and analyze our information. We will explore the moment when data stopped being just data and became what some now call surveillance capitalism. This is not just a story about technology. It is a story about power, control, and the future of our society. It is a story about the hidden economy that now shapes our lives, our choices, and our very sense of self. Every day, we leave a trail of digital breadcrumbs. We do this without thinking. Each time you search for something online, you leave a clue. When you watch a video, another clue is dropped. When you like a photo on social media, you are revealing a piece of yourself. These small actions seem insignificant on their own, but when they are gathered together, they paint a detailed picture. This picture shows your interests. This picture shows your habits. This picture shows your personality. Companies have become experts at collecting these breadcrumbs. They build vast databases filled with these tiny pieces of our lives. They create a digital version of who we are. This collection process is constant and automated. It happens in the background of almost everything we do online. Think about your morning routine. You might check the weather on an app. That app now knows your location. You might scroll through a news feed. The platform learns which topics you care about. You might buy a coffee using a payment app. Your purchase history is recorded. Each service is designed to gather data as part of its normal operation. We see a useful service. They see a stream of valuable information. This is the fundamental exchange of the modern internet. The data being collected is incredibly diverse. It is not just what you actively share, it is also about how you behave. How long do you look at a picture? How fast do you scroll through a page? Do you type quickly or slowly? All of this is called behavioral data. It helps companies understand your state of mind. Are you bored? Are you engaged? Are you about to make a purchase? This information is extremely valuable. It allows companies to predict your next move. They can then try to influence that move, guiding you toward a product. They can guide you toward an article. They can guide you toward an opinion. This process has become the engine of the digital world. The services we use are not just providing a function. They are also data harvesting machines. Social media platforms, search engines, e-commerce sites, news aggregators. Their primary goal is to keep you engaged. The more you interact, the more data they can collect. This data is the raw material for their real business. Their business is not connecting people or organizing information. Their business is selling certainty to advertisers who want to know exactly what we'll do next. Our smartphones are perhaps the most powerful data collection devices ever created. We carry them with us everywhere. They are with us from the moment we wake up until the moment we go to sleep. These devices are equipped with a wide array of sensors, GPS, microphones, accelerometer, walking, accelerometer, running, accelerometer, driving, cameras. Each sensor is a tiny informant reporting back on our daily lives. Apps are the primary gateways for this data. Downloading an app triggers permission requests, contacts, photos, microphone access, location access. We often grant permissions without much thought. We click Allow to use the app. That Allow hands a developer a key to your personal world. A simple game might ask for contacts it doesn't need. That data can be sold to data brokers or used for targeted advertising. Consider the journey of your location data. Position checks via GPS, via Wi-Fi networks, via cell towers. Weather apps use it for local forecasts. Map apps use it for directions. Rideshare apps use it to connect you with drivers. But location data is often shared with many unknown companies. It can reveal where you live, where you work, where you shop, and even who you visit. This builds an incredibly detailed map of your life, routines and habits with startling precision. It's not just apps. The operating system, iOS or Android, also collects data to improve services, to fix bugs, to provide personalized experiences. Each phone has a unique advertising ID. That ID links activity across apps and websites. It connects the game you played, the article you read, the product you viewed online. Your phone is not just a personal tool, it's also a tool for others, constantly monitoring and reporting your behavior for commercial purposes. The vast amounts of data being collected are not just stored away in digital vaults. This data has become a new form of capital, a raw material that fuels a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Just as gold was once mined from the earth and refined into a valuable asset, personal data is now extracted from our lives and refined into powerful economic tools. Companies that master this process gain an enormous competitive advantage. They can understand markets, predict trends, and influence consumer behavior with unprecedented accuracy. This is why data is often called the new oil or the new gold. It is the core resource of the 21st century economy. This transformation of data into value begins with analysis. Raw data, like a single click or a location point, is not very useful on its own. Its power is unlocked when it is combined with millions of other data points. Sophisticated algorithms sift through this information, looking for patterns and correlations. They identify connections that a human analyst could never see. For example, an algorithm might discover that people who buy a certain brand of yogurt are also more likely to be interested in a specific type of car. These insights are the first step in turning our behavioral data into profit. The primary way this value is realized is through advertising. The traditional advertising model was like casting a wide net. A company would place an ad on television or in a newspaper, hoping that some of the people who saw it would be interested. Today, advertising is a precision instrument. Companies can target their ads to very specific groups of people. They can target based on age, location, interests, purchase history, predicted future behavior. This is called targeted advertising. It is far more efficient and effective than the old model, and it is entirely dependent on the continuous collection of personal data. This model has completely reshaped the advertising industry and the internet itself. The companies that control the data, like Google and Meta, have become incredibly powerful. They act as the gatekeepers between businesses and their potential customers. Businesses are willing to pay a premium to access these platforms because they promise a direct line to the people most likely to buy their products. As a result, our attention has become a commodity. We are not the customers of these free platforms. We are the product being sold to the real customers, the advertisers who pay for the chance to influence our choices. The constant collection of our data has a profound cost. The most immediate one is the loss of privacy. Privacy is more than just keeping secrets. It is the freedom to be ourselves without being constantly watched and judged. It is the space to explore ideas, make mistakes, form our own opinions. When every action is recorded and analyzed, this private space shrinks. We may start to change our behavior. We might avoid searching for sensitive topics. We might hesitate to express unpopular views. This self-censorship is a subtle but powerful consequence of living under constant surveillance. It limits our freedom and our individuality. This erosion of privacy is not an accident. It is a necessary part of the business model. The companies that collect our data want to know as much about us as possible. Their prediction products become more accurate with more data. This creates a direct conflict between their commercial interests and our right to a private life. They present their services as free, but we pay with our intimacy. We trade our personal experiences for convenience. Over time, we have been conditioned to accept this trade as normal. We have become used to the idea that our lives are an open book for corporations to read. The problem is that we often do not know who is reading that book. Our data is not just used by the company that collected it. It is shared, sold, aggregated in a complex and hidden marketplace. It ends up in the hands of data brokers, advertisers, other organizations we have never heard of. We have no meaningful control over where our information goes or how it is used. The long and complicated privacy policies we agree to are not designed to protect us. They are designed to give companies the legal cover they need to continue their data extraction operations without interference. Losing our privacy means losing a fundamental human right. It creates a power imbalance. Those who hold the data have power over those who do not. They can predict our behavior, influence our decisions, shape our opportunities. A world without private spaces is a world where we are less free. It is a world where conformity is encouraged and dissent is risky. The promise of personalized services and free apps masks this deeper cost. We are slowly trading away our autonomy for a more convenient but also a more controlled existence. This is the quiet crisis of privacy in the digital age. The hidden economy of data has operated in the shadows for years. But now, the world is starting to wake up. People are beginning to understand the price of free services. Governments are starting to take action. A new era of regulation is dawning. This is a crucial turning point. We are moving from a lawless frontier to a more structured and governed digital space. The goal is to rebalance the power between the giant tech companies and the individuals whose data they collect. This is a fight for our digital rights in the 21st century. One of the most significant steps has been the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, in Europe. This law established a new set of rules for how companies must handle personal data. It gives citizens new rights: the right to access their data, the right to correct it, the right to have it deleted. The GDPR forces companies to be more transparent. They must explain what data they are collecting and why. They must also get clear and unambiguous consent before they collect it. This law has had a global impact, inspiring similar regulations around the world. These new laws are changing the conversation. They are shifting the default from collect everything to collect only what is necessary. Companies are now required to think about privacy from the very beginning when they design a new product. This is called privacy by design. The idea is that protecting user data should be a core part of the system, not an afterthought. While enforcement can be challenging, these regulations represent the first serious attempt to put legal limits on the surveillance economy. They are a statement that personal data is not a free resource for the taking. However, the battle is far from over. Tech companies have powerful lobbying groups. They argue that strict regulations will stifle innovation and harm the economy. They push for weaker laws and self-regulation. This creates a constant tug-of-war between commercial interests and public good. The future of data will depend on where we draw the line. Will we prioritize the profits generated by the surveillance economy, or will we prioritize the fundamental human rights to privacy, autonomy, a fair digital society? The rules we write today will shape the internet for generations to come. We have traveled through the hidden world of the invisible economy. We have seen how our daily lives are turned into data. We have learned how this data is refined into a new kind of gold. This journey has shown us that the services we use are not truly free. We pay for them with our personal information, our privacy, and our autonomy. This exchange has created a new economic order built on the prediction and control of human behavior. The digital tools that promise to empower us have also become the machinery of a vast surveillance project operating just beyond our sight. The first step toward change is understanding. Knowledge is power. By understanding how our data is collected, valued, and used, we can begin to see the invisible forces that shape our choices. We can recognize the subtle nudges and manipulations designed to influence us. This awareness lets us move from passive subjects to active, informed digital citizens. It helps us question defaults and challenge the idea that constant surveillance is the necessary price of convenience. Seeing the system is the only way to begin thinking about how to change it. This knowledge empowers more conscious decisions every day. Start by looking at the apps on our phones with a more critical eye. Ask why a simple game needs access to our contacts or our location. Use privacy-enhancing tools like different browsers or search engines that do not track our every move. Take a few minutes to adjust the privacy settings on social media accounts. These small actions may seem insignificant, but they are a form of resistance. They signal that our private lives are not for sale. The goal is not to abandon technology. The digital world is essential to modern life, offering benefits and connections. The goal is to engage on our own terms. Demand a more human-centered technology that respects our rights and serves our interests, not just advertisers. Learn the language of the data economy to ask hard questions and demand better answers. This new literacy is essential for navigating the 21st century. Understanding the problem is essential, but it is not enough. We must also take action, both individually and collectively, to build a better digital future. Practical steps everyone can take. Start with a personal privacy audit. Review app permissions on your phone. Delete apps you no longer use. Use services built on privacy, even if they're not as popular. Support alternatives with your attention. Support alternatives with your money. That sends a clear message to the market for ethical tech. Beyond individual choices, act as citizens. Advocate for stronger digital rights laws. Contact your elected representatives. Ask for robust privacy legislation. Support organizations fighting for digital freedom. Support efforts holding tech companies accountable. The regulatory dawn comes from public pressure. Keep that pressure up so laws have teeth and are enforced. A fair digital society must be demanded by us. This is a defining challenge of our time. Our choices will shape whether the internet becomes genuine human flourishing or a sophisticated architecture of control. Will we let our lives be raw material for a market trading human futures? Or will we insist on a digital world that honors our privacy, respects our autonomy, strengthens our democracy? This is not just a technological issue, it's a moral one. It's about the society we want to live in, and the future we leave the next generation. Invisible forces shaping our world are powerful, but not unbeatable. They were built by people. They can be changed by people. Data's story does not have to be surveillance or manipulation. It can be empowerment, connection, progress. But that story must be written by all of us. Data drives decisions we don't see. Subscribe to Kendu Global Files for more 20-minute documentaries. Your awareness is the first step toward reclaiming our collective digital future.